Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Life is Strange 2, the final episode. I am just pretty much just going to hop right in, but to reiterate my thoughts on this game now that I've had time to simmer on episode 4, Life is Strange 2 is good, but not great. It's like a solid 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. But I think this last episode has the opportunity to change that for me. We shall see. Compared to the first game, it is pretty mediocre. Compared to all games, it's an okay game. So I think that's my thoughts going into it. I'm really interested to see, how the last episode can try to recover how I feel about the game. But then again, not all games need to be super good and entertaining. If this game is trying to tell its story and it does so in a good way, it does it well, then that's totally fine with me.
Once upon a time, in a wild world, there were two wolf brothers living in their home lair with their papa wolf. They lived in peace until hunters took their dad away. The wolf brothers wandered for days and nights, learning how to live on their own for the first time. That's when the big brother discovered that the little one was not an ordinary wolf, but a super wolf. They decided to head south to the distant land of their ancestors. But the journey was long and dangerous. Still, the wolf brothers made new friends on the way. They learned more about the world, but danger seemed to always follow them after a bad accident. They were separated. The big brother had been hurt, and the hunters finally captured him. They put him in a cage, but when he finally escaped, he went to search for his little brother. He soon found out that the little wolf had joined a coyote cult, and he would not leave them. Suddenly, their mother showed up after all that time. She said she came to help rescue him. They begged the coyote leader, but she would not release the little wolf. He was their idol. So they had to knock her out to escape. The Wolf brothers, now reunited, followed their rogue mother far into the desert to her hideaway.
All things considered, the way we ended that last episode was pretty good compared to what could have happened. So kind of the same thing with episode 2 versus episode 4 for me. Like, I had a good ending. I'm really, like I said earlier, I'm really curious to see how episode 5 can kind of wrap things up or tell the story that they want to tell, to kind of like get there in the end. For 7 weeks after the events at Haven Point, Arizona. That's crazy. That's a long time. They've had like a long time to hang out with their mom at this point. It was Scorpion.
Hey, wake up, Sean. Dude, come on.
What? What time is it?
Get up. It's so beautiful. Check it out. So?
Yeah, okay. Good call. Wow. That's amazing.
Grand
I
Canyon?
know.
Grand Canyon goes through Arizona? No, it's in Utah. Is it in Utah? Now I'm second guessing myself.
Is your eye okay?
Yeah. It just itches. It's okay, Nano. Promise.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you. No matter what happens. You hear me?
Yeah. I love you too. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Ow!
Ow! Ow! Ow! Ow! Diaz brothers. Always.
Good to see they're bonding.
So, are you still having those bad dreams? You know, about Lisbeth?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like she's around, coming after me. It's scary.
Yeah, dude, you got like super culted there. She's scared. She's lucky.
She's lucky you didn't go after her.
Yeah, but she's still out there. Somewhere. Creeps me out.
We're together. She has no power. I know. We're together. You put the emphasis on like, hey, you're with me now. Everything's going to be cool.
Listen. We're far away from her, okay? We're together again. Safe.
Hope so. Sean. Are we criminals now?
Yeah. Sort of.
Sort of. We did a lot of illegal shit.
Arson, one of them.
Cops catch us. We'll be judged for what we did.
It wasn't really their fault,
That's for
but
sure.
they would be charged for arson.
Yeah. I know.
Well, we're almost at the border. Finally.
I like it here, but we'll have to leave soon. I know.
I'm sorry, Enano.
Sean, I know it's been a long time. Can you tell me the rest of the wolf story?
Yeah, I can tell you. Aren't you too old now to get to tell him?
Oh. Yeah. I can tell you. Been forever since we left off.
Way too long.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, thanks to their mama wolf, the Wolf brothers barely escaped from the coyote cult. She led them to her secret lair, deep in the Red Desert. The Wolf brothers rested for a while, but at some point, they'd have to continue their journey south. They were closer than ever to their father's land, but between them and their destination lied...
A mighty fire unicorn. But she's nice, so they become friends.
Excuse me. Who's telling the story?
You are. But it's my story too. Right?
Little kids growing up.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, then. So what happens next?
They arrive in Mexico, but the country is rampaged by goblins. Together, the wolves and the unicorn manage to slay them and become heroes. The police forgives them, and all their friends come to Mexico to celebrate.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good, Enano. Let's pack this shit up and head back to town.
Oh, okay,
Gotta
cool.
clean up our stuff before we leave.
It's a
This
long
place
intro.
is too pretty.
Like, this is the first, like, think about it. The entire time, it's been like, what, like 10 minutes or something like that? Haven't been able to actually play the game, minus, you know, doing some dialogue choices. So let's see here. And that's not a bad thing, right? Like, a good example of this is, you know, what is it, the second episode of The Mandalorian? If you guys are watching that, Disney Plus, I highly suggest it. There's like no talking for like the first 10, 15 minutes of that episode, and it's good. They tell a lot of story. You could do that where, you know, you don't have, in this case, the game in control of your players, but you're able to tell a good story within that time, keep the characters or the players interested. Let's look at this.
I'm
Okay,
glad
so
we're sleeping in our bed tonight.
let's look at the oh, we could draw. Let's look at it first. All right, so what has happened in the meantime? I don't even remember where we left off. Karen, okay. I think once we once we get to like fire. Okay, so this is okay. Karen, WF, she's doing here. That's the trucker. Okay, so we've seen this stuff. Karen wants to talk. Blah blah blah. We got Daniel finally. The freak something. Okay, can I actually hit this? There we go. The freak guru can go to hell now. Feels so good to be with my bro again. Leaving Haven Point, Karen is taking us to her place. We need to breathe, sleep, heal. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what that is. Sarah Lee, this needs to go. Okay. Karen lives in a desert commune. No crap. Unincorporated community, she says. It's called Away. Only 30 people left or live here on and off. This place is so weird, but the desert is mind-blowing. The perfect hideaway. Cool art. So here, May 29th. Daniel's still feeling so confused. Guilt tripping a lot. He can't figure out what happened. The brainwashing, the lies, Lisbeth's grasp over his trauma. Doing my best to help him recover. They should be fine now. Karen is a big help too. She's good with words. That letter from Jacob and Sarah made him happy. Daniel needs more friends. So do I. Sean, we're posing. You know, here's the thing with the brainwashing and stuff. I feel like there is good story beats to be told there. They just didn't do a good job of communicating that he was brainwashed. They didn't show. The problem is they told that they didn't show in a good way. They told us that he was being brainwashed. They tried to show us, but they didn't do so in a way that actually represented that. It just made it seem like he was making weird choices, like he wasn't actually brainwashed by that. So that's difficult to do. I cannot do any better than what they did. But yeah, it just didn't come across as what they wanted it to. Total, and that was actually, by the way, my biggest problem, I think, with the previous episode is just Daniel didn't really feel like he was doing what he would have. And it was weird. Total trip to live with Karen again. She wants to move on. That's easy for her to say. I'm trying. Daniel's getting better. I can see he loves having mommy back. Which one was that? That was that one. Daniel's power is no secret here. No one gives a crap. They just go along with it. Don't see it as something they can use to their own advantage. Refreshing. Roar. Who's going to tell? We're already the crazy sand people. Let's see. So this place is away, or this place away is what you make it. Joan haunts it with cool sculptures made from scavenged scraps. She's a cool and sunny woman. Karen's closest thing to a best friend, it seems. Cool as heck. Ornamental tattoos. Take my time today. Okay. We're getting pretty close to the end here. Arthur and Stanley live in one of the only proper houses in town. They built it together 10 years ago from ruins of their past lives. These two can't stop teasing each other, but they're so inspiring. Old couple, young love. Cool. So they're introducing us to some characters that we're going to meet. June 17th, got a letter from Humboldt crew today. So cool. Would love to hang with them again someday. I have a thought on those people. I'll talk about that probably at the end of the episode, because I think for the most part, that entire story plot thing could have been thrown out and replaced with something different. This place makes me want to draw. Could stare at these canyons forever. I say that, but I haven't seen the end of this episode, so we'll see how that ends up ramping up. Daniel needs to vent out. He's been having nightmares about Haven Point and Elizabeth for weeks. Still feels guilty about my eye. Need to find ways to help him process this. You know, he should feel guilty. Karen told us about a cool camping spot. Reached the top after a long hike across the canyon. Track sessions feel like forever now. Need to work on my cardio. Don't fall, mate. Ursa Major. Manhorsarius. Probably the best view ever. Gonna stargaze all night thanks to Arthur's telescope. Daniel seems happy. All right, and that was the end of that. Was there anything else here? It shows something in my journal. But, oops, no, I want to look back at that. We got souvenir stuff to look at. There's something here for us, so we got to keep an eye on that. Let's go ahead and draw.
We better get out of here before that heat comes in.
Ooh, sketching time. Good idea.
Like how he's commenting on the fact that I do this randomly.
I'm glad you can still draw after.
Well, yeah,
You know.
it's okay.
Me too, Daniel. But if I can see it in my mind, I can still sketch anything.
Yeah, sketching.
That's so cool. I don't want you to stop drawing. Ever.
Thanks, man.
This is so cool.
They do a pretty good job of making it seem like this is you're one-eyed. In fact, I think you could look at this and close your left eye.
Hey,
Like-
can you draw me as a superhero? Like, striking a pose over the canyon.
I can try.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think you get to close your left eye and get a pretty good sense of what he's seeing right now. Like they did a good job on mimicking that, I think.
Ta-da. Finished.
Let me check it out. Jeez. Do I really look that evil?
Yep.
He looks more like a supervillain.
Bro, you're the one who asked. Look at those.
I'm glad we had these.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of desert critters.
are those still the sleeping bags that I had? I don't remember what I took from that, like, first or second episode, whatever that was.
Every star looked the same until we used Karen's old guidebook.
Let's pack it.
I swear Dad had that same book in the garage.
Yeah, I think he did.
Why did he never show it to us?
Maybe it reminded him of Mom too much.
Oh. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. Okay, let's look at the...
Hey, I can help. Just tell me what you want to put in there.
Just gonna stare at it? Look. Or can I do the... let's look at it first.
Pretty useless with the crazy moonlight we had. But it scares the coyotes away. Activate flashlight.
Force powers activate.
On the way.
It's kind of cool. Clever way of having the character not need to get up or having to put the thing too close to them.
So incredible to see all those stars and planets up close. It's like we're right there.
I hope we could go watch the stars again. Mom said there's a moon eclipse coming up soon.
I'm in. This place is cool. I could just move here.
I feel like the voice actor that does him is slowly growing up, so he's not having that little kid voice anymore. Which, yeah, that could work, you know. He's not necessarily... Like, there's been a lot of time that's passed since the incidents in Seattle, so I feel like, yeah, the voice changing is pretty natural. It's a common problem. You wouldn't think about it, but it is a common problem in voice acting when they use kid actors. The kids grow up faster
We better get out of here before that heat comes in.
than they can record a lot of stuff, so it's difficult.
God damn. That food was amazing. Thanks, Joanne. Let's clean up this mess.
Not if it cleans up by itself.
Stop. Daniel.
Can't catch it, huh?
No shit. Now cut it out.
Jeez. You're no fun.
You're too much fun.
Yep. Still need our processed sugar in this hippie desert. Yo, Captain Can you take these away?
Sure.
And no funny business.
Of course not.
Perfect formation. Well, let's hit the trail, cowboy.
Weird sound. Oh, he's floating
What are
us.
you doing?
I see. No time to play. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't torture an animal.
What the fuck, dude? Don't do that.
What's wrong?
Stop messing with it, man.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, little guy. Don't get eaten by eagles.
Do eagles eat scorpions?
No idea.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like teach him like, hey, dude, don't. First of all, don't play with scorpions. Second of all, don't screw with animals
I
like
wish we saw
that.
more falling stars, or any.
I didn't know you could change over the shoulder like that.
Hey, we saw the Milky Way, dude. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's true. And Mars. That was so cool. Arthur and Stanley let us use the telescope.
Yeah. These guys
swear.
are real cool.
I swear that there was something that I could pick up as like a keepsake based on the little picture there, but I ain't seeing nothing. So I'll just, I'm taking
After
a.
all that scare.
Think Joanne will let me help her with her sculpture when we get back?
Hell yeah. You're like the magic assistant.
It's nice to be able to use my power out here. Not hide it.
Yeah. Karen was right. They're all cool with it.
Just like being awkward. Look, I wanted to talk about that. It didn't do it.
My
It broke it.
legs are gonna be like.
What are my objectives? What else do I got? I got some food. I got some sodas, constellations. Let's see here. We got walk back to town as our objective. Yeah, there's something here on this area that we pick up. As you can see, we went from Washington to down through Oregon, up through Northern California, cooked over to Nevada, went north a bit, which is where we found like the cult, and then we booked it down south, and we're now in Arizona, and we're pretty close to the border.
Yours after all this hiking now.
It's annoying that I wanted to discuss that, and it just didn't work.
Damn. I've got the munchies.
I bet you do. Trying to
Hope Karen
find
has some food.
what the heck this thing is I need to pick up. I don't know. It probably will be a little bit more obvious than I'm making it seem. Like I'm looking in every nook and corner here, and I don't think I need to. Like it might very well just be this.
Amazing that anything can grow out here.
Does it ever rain in the desert?
It does.
Well,
Rarely.
oh. Good question.
Really pretty. They did a good job of making that look
Anyway.
real good.
What I was saying is, Mom doesn't say much about my power. Why do you think?
I just don't think she cares, honestly.
Maybe she just doesn't care.
You think?
Karen is kind of like that. Like a hippie. She just goes with the flow, man. It's all good.
She's weird like us.
Yeah, sure.
I hear you.
That's the thing. Like, I just don't think she cares. She's like, oh, cool. He's got powers. Powers are strange. Like, there's nothing normal about that, but, She's like, okay, whatever. I can live with that. I just,
I wish I had the power to fly.
it's not a bad thing.
Such a short height.
All right, fly down.
Hey, you know who I'd see having a trailer out here?
Who?
Brody. He'd love it. Like, he could have his own radio station and everything.
Yeah. Looks like a job for our local super psychic boy. Yeah, definitely. It would be so
Let's-
cool to have him around.
I miss him sometimes.
All right, let's go ahead and move this. Why are those there in the first place? Did we have a rock fall overnight? Like, obviously, this is the trail that they took up.
So, maybe you can help us get out of here?
I'll try. Step back.
Be super careful.
There you go. I hope it's okay.
Nice, man.
Here's a little interesting thing. I don't really feel like we've had a choice in getting Daniel to help us. Like all of the things like the food and the flashlight and those rocks, I had to do them. I haven't had to choose whether or not to have him use his powers to try to get around it normally. And I feel like that's doing a disservice to the rest of the game where they do make you choose. But maybe it's to show like, hey, you two are growing and you trust him now. You trust him to be able to use his powers on his own and not do that kind of stuff. And I think that's totally fine. It's just, yeah, it feels weird. It feels like, man, I don't know. I don't have control over the game. It's just leading me down a narrow path. I think, like I said, interested to see where this story goes because we're at the end and it feels like we're in the second act, right? It doesn't feel like we're in the third act yet. Maybe they're going to surprise us and be like 5 more episodes. I think that would be too long though.
Hey, I'm gonna go see what Joanne is doing.
Go for it. I have to bring back the telescope to Stanley and Arthur. Went to town for weekly supplies. Some pancakes left in the kitchen? Back soon. Daniel, you copy?
Yes, I read you. 10-4.
I have a pancake alert in the kitchen. Repeat. Pancake alert.
Oh, man. Sorry. I was gonna eat with Joanne. Over and out.
10-4. No flying pancakes today.
What the hell, man? You ditching me? I like pancakes. Come on. Ooh, there's a lot to look at here. But seriously, why are you ditching out on pancakes?